What up, what up? It's Ace OG. Back into the top, back into the video. So the title of this video is going to be Organic YouTube Will Not Last Forever. So admin notes, thanks again to all subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing your video out. Give you leverage to better yourselves. So I'm in my basement right now. Actually, this is where my mother-in-law lives. Definitely been in a mind state. I always wanted to make sure I gave back to my parents and to of course, my wife's parents and everything. So this is one of the things we did for her mom. So I'm definitely blessed to be able to do that. I have a 3-level home. So this is a basement. It is a exposed basement, meaning that you can walk out of it without steps. So basically it's flat when you come out the basement door, and then she's able to use a wheelchair to come up to the front of the house. But anyways, this is the storage room that I have down here, and it's literally been storage for a long period of time. But my wife really wants to start scaling her business. So today I am going to clean this room out, and then eventually I'm gonna call some contractors and coordinate some things, and I'm going to make this an office for her. So of course, let me show you something right here. So of course, nothing is finished here. This is the only room in the house is not finished. Everything else is finished. I'm telling y'all, if you ever get a house and the basement is not finished, whew, you're gonna be paying some money. I'm telling you. That's one of the things that me and my wife made sure that when we got a house, we was like, there's no way we're gonna get, if we want a basement, we want to make sure it's already finished. Because finishing a basement, all depending on what size it is extremely expensive. Especially if you don't have a rough end in the basement and you don't have like a rough end, meaning that you don't have parts already placed, so you can put like a gas stove or electric stove there, or a washing machine, things of that nature. Like it's not cheap, y'all. That's probably the reasons why builders don't they choose not to finish basements, because it's lowering the cost on their part. Because at the end of the day, it's all about creating a product and then selling it higher than what you paid for it to make a profit, if that makes any sense, right? So it's the same thing for builders. When they build homes, they want to build homes as efficiently, as less costly as possible, to make sure that when they do sell the house, they're making a lot more money to cover what they paid to get the house built. That's why homes now are like paper. Like I can punch my hand through the wall and this is going to go right through. They don't build homes like they used to. But this home was built in 2010. It's okay. It's good. We might downsize once the kids leave here, whatever, because this is a lot of house, and I'm not trying to, break my back to clean this house all the time. But anyway, let's get into it. I want to belabor the topic. So, organic YouTube is not going to last forever. So, I've thrown this title out there a couple of times on video, and I'm not sure if any other YouTubers have used this term. But when I say organic, I mean basically, coming up here just like I'm doing right now without no script. The thumbnail is going to be very generic. Probably going to be just me, doing something crazy. And maybe that might be my thumbnail. I'm not sure. I might do something else with the thumbnail. Yeah, and then just talking through the video from front to end without any cuts, not playing any music, anything like that. Now, what I will say is that eventually I think I will get into that space, but for right now, and since I've been on YouTube, I've done this for the last 2 years, a little bit over 2 years now, and this is literally how I do video. I just come up here, I start talking, I get into the topic, I give you the meat and potatoes, and then I'm out of here, right? I don't do any edits at all. Regardless of what I stutter or anything like that, I don't do any edits. But the reason why I'm creating this video is that there's going to be a lot of YouTubers are going to come on the platform that's going to probably do the same, I don't know, I guess the same organic way I'm doing YouTube right now. And this is the perfect time to do it, because there's a lot of folks out there that are actually choosing to be on YouTube based off of this model. So it's local. Normally a lot of folks don't pay anything to get on YouTube as long as you got a phone and a camera. But that's my wife. So yeah, so a lot of folks that get on YouTube right now, they don't have to put up a huge cost to get on YouTube. I think a lot of folks definitely back in the day, they really thought they had to buy the best camera, the best lighting, almost pretty much create a whole studio for themselves to be on YouTube. It's not the case anymore, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really easy to get on YouTube and actually get followers, get likes, get comments, all those things. So that's what I mean by organic. Basically, you just coming on YouTube, you just being yourself, being your authentic self, and there's no fluff. Now I wouldn't, and I definitely wouldn't condone you not being yourself. Definitely always be yourself. I'm just saying, like, you know, this in the old YouTube model, there was a whole bunch of aesthetics that were put in place to make the video pop, for lack of better words, and to reel the person in. Thumbnails had to be, you know, spectacular. The video itself, you know, if you did anything that was messed up, you cut that out, and then you roll into the next part of the video. But a lot of people that consume YouTube right now don't care about that anymore. They really want something that's just raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? So, so I'm definitely gonna ride this thing out. Like I said, I've been doing this thing for about 2 years, exactly like this, with no cuts, no edits. But it's not gonna last forever. It just isn't. You know, there's a time for everything. So speaking of which, I'm going to pull up a Bible verse for you guys so you can actually get perspective as what I'm talking about, because I'm telling you, organic YouTube is not going to last forever, y'all. So if you want to get on YouTube right now, you need to get on YouTube right now and take advantage of it, because if you don't, you might miss it. So if you will, turn with me to Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1 through 8. And I'm going to be reading from the New Living Translation. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones. Ain't that a word? A time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to search and a time to quit search. Whew, boy, I'm about to get the Holy Ghost. I ain't gonna front. A time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So that was Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 through 8. So I'm telling you, y'all need to get on this YouTube thing right now and stay organic. Be authentic. Be yourself. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of folks that are going to get on YouTube that are not going to be as successful as they want to be on YouTube, because this might not be for you, right? But you will not know if it's for you if you don't try. That's a big thing that I think that a lot of YouTubers that are trying to encourage folks to be on YouTube that's one of the big takeaways that you need to take from those videos and from folks telling you these things. There's a lot of blessings that folks will miss out on because they didn't take action to see things through as far as something they had on their mind. So if you have YouTube as a thing on your mind to be a content creator and not be a consumer, I'm both. You know, I create content and I consume content. But what I will say is that my whole mindset about YouTube has changed over the last 2 years, and I'm totally more of a content creator than a consumer. I do consume YouTube, there's no doubt about that. But you know, when I watch YouTube, I'm in content creation mode all the time. Even when I'm consuming content, I'm constantly in a mind state where I want to produce content, if that makes any sense, right? So that's just like how you're supposed to change your mindset when it comes to money. We're not talking about money right now. We're talking about YouTube. And organic YouTube is not going to last forever. Everything happens within a season. So just like I spoke out of Ecclesiastes, this is a season for YouTube. The organic season is for YouTube right now. But I promise you, sooner than later, this is going to go away, and there's going to be something new for YouTube. And honestly, it might go right back to the popping videos with the edits. It might go back to the extravagant thumbnails that have a whole bunch of graphics and colors and folks looking, you know, all suave and things of that nature. Like, it may go back to that. And it might get back there. It might get there sooner than expected. So I believe personally that as long as I stay on YouTube, Lord willing, once YouTube actually goes back to that model, or they go to some different model, I'll be in a place where I can actually move with the times, because change is inevitable for anything in life. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. So we have to grow when it comes to YouTube. But as of right now in 2024, and hopefully for the next year or even 2 years, organic YouTube is the way to go right now if you want to get into YouTube at low cost. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to say it's easy to get monetized. I'm not going to say it's easy for you to get followers. I'm not going to say it's easy to get comments and likes and all these other things. But what I will say that depending on what kind of personality you have and what kind of mindset you have, it will be easy for others when it comes to that. Like, let's say I take a panel of 10 people. From a statistical standpoint, it may be like 1 or 2 out of that 10 is going to be in a spot where they're able to get followers and likes and comments a lot quicker than the other 8. But like I said, you're not going to know if you're going to be that person unless you actually get on YouTube and start doing this thing. YouTube is not everybody. There's a lot of folks that don't like being on camera. There's a lot of folks that don't like talking to people. I totally get that. But I'm telling you, if you've had something well up in your mind and in your heart when it comes to you actually creating content, and you've been hesitant to pull the trigger right now. I promise you, for lack of better words, go ahead and do it, because if you don't, the season might change on you. And I don't think, and I think when folks miss a season in their life, it can be detrimental sometimes. It really can. You might be missing out on thousands of dollars that you could be making right now if you don't choose to be on YouTube right now. So I encourage everybody that actually has the mind state of being on YouTube as a content creator, go ahead and do it right now. Peace and blessing to all you guys that want to be a content creator. Peace and blessing to everybody that watch my channel. Because it's been a crazy ride, but it's been an enjoyable ride. It really has. And I hope that you stay here and rock with me so I can keep pushing the video out to give you leverage to better yourselves. So if you want me to discuss the topic or subject in the benefit of the channel, email me at AceDoG757@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Say so G, signing out. I'm gone.